This one's a lot to take in. The Lodge was directed by Veronica Franz and Severin Fiala, and it stars Riley Keough and Jaden Martell. After a suicide from their mother, two young children must now live with their father, who takes them to a remote location during the holidays with his girlfriend. And once the father has to leave to go into the city for work, he leaves all three of them at the lodge by themselves. And as they get snowed in, traumatic experience comes back to his girlfriend Grace, and they are now being haunted by something truly dark. I have been waiting to see this movie for months. I remember watching teasers and trailers here and there on YouTube videos, and I just remember thinking to myself, I need to watch this movie. It looks so good. I was not prepared for what this movie truly gave me. Let me just say that. This movie's completely different from what I thought it was going to be. I really thought this movie was going to be more of a paranormal film, but the movie takes a lot of inspiration from films like The Exorcist or other religious-based films, because essentially at its core, this is a movie about religion. It's about repentance. It's about becoming a better person through the trials that you have. And it's also, in a way, underwhelming, and I don't want to give anything away to that regard of what I mean by saying that it's underwhelming, but the film truly delivers on certain premises. Let me tell you the things that I really liked about the film before I get into my negatives. The thing I really enjoyed about this film is the performances. Jaden Martell and Riley Keough are phenomenal in this film. Pretty much everyone is really great. Even the young girl who plays Jaden Martell's sister, I thought she was really good in this role. And this movie definitely feels more like a character study of Riley Keough and Jaden Martell's characters, because they're so opposites. They're always conflicting with one another, as these two children, they don't want anything to do with Riley Keough's character because they blame her for the death of their mother. And there's also some traumatic past experiences with Riley Keough's character, Grace, that I don't want to give anything away here in the video, but you can understand why the kids are almost in a way afraid of this woman, and they don't truly feel like this woman is who she is making herself out to be. And all she's trying to do is kind of make a better life for herself, but as reoccurring memories that shroud over her mind happen during this time that they're snowed in at the lodge, you kind of start to see a more sinister side of her character. And that's what I really enjoyed. Riley Keough is a phenomenal actress. She gave one of the best performances I've seen all year. I don't know if I've seen a more haunting performance from someone other than maybe Elizabeth Moss in The Invisible Man, but you truly feel like her character, even though it's fictional, there's really nothing real about it. You can truly feel shakenness, the hardness of this character's complexity because of her past traumatic experiences. And I thought that that was played extremely well by her. And also Jade Martell, the kid can never do any wrong, man. He was phenomenal in both It and It Chapter 2, and also Knives Out. I thought he was really enjoyable in, so he brings it as usual in a film like this. Another thing I really liked about this movie is I really loved the screenplay. This is a phenomenal screenplay. It keeps you on your toes because you try to figure out what this movie is, and it's very hard to see what this movie particularly is. Is this a paranormal film? Is it a religious horror film? Is it a psychological thriller? And I would lean more towards a psychological thriller because it really dives deep into the minds of these characters, and especially Riley Keough's character, in such critical ways that only a good screenplay like this could actually do. And it's really mesmerizing on screen. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this film is that this movie was suspenseful. It was suspenseful. This is the type of horror I like to see. There's no jump scares. This is a movie that truly is suspenseful. The score is very creepy. It's very isolated in nature, and it feels like it truly sets out to making the story what they want and getting that right sense of atmosphere, because I always found myself to be completely immersed in this film, but also at the same time very scared for where we were going to go on this journey and what was perhaps behind that door per se. And I really enjoyed the suspense of this film, the atmosphere, the score. It all ties into making this film a true thrill ride. And this is what I like to see in my horror films. Now, let me talk about the things I don't like. The first thing that I really was disappointed by was the use of shots in this film. The cinematography is gorgeous, but the issue is I don't understand why, if we're in an isolated area and we're supposed to feel trapped in this house, there's nowhere to go. It's completely snowing outside. If you walk outside for more than an hour, you're probably going to die. But for some reason, every shot, when characters walk into a room or when it introduces us to where we are with these characters in every single scene, it always has a wide angle shot, and I don't understand it. That makes us feel a little bit more open. It makes us feel a little bit more safe that these characters are going to get through and pull through whatever hell that they're going through. And that's unfortunate to me because I really feel like if the movie would have gone claustrophobic, I feel like as an audience member, this film would have gone from creepy and suspenseful to terrifying, and it never got there for me. And the last thing I really didn't quite like about this film, they set something up towards the third act of the movie that I thought was extremely interesting. And I thought, wow, if they go this route, I'm going to be absolutely floored. If they would have stayed with this route and not do a kind of a fake out with what they were planning on doing, essentially, I think that this movie would have probably ended up being maybe my favorite film so far of the year. But because they copped out of that, it really kind of left a little bit to be desired in this film. But you still get a great performance by Riley Keough. You still get great performances by all the characters. And then not only that, but the movie truly has that suspenseful feeling of not knowing what is going to happen next. I gotta say, guys, The Lodge is a movie you need to see. I wouldn't say that it's a film that I would watch often. It's a movie that you really have to kind of dig deep into and be in the mood for. So The Lodge is a movie that you should definitely go and check out now on streaming. Anyway, guys, what did you think of The Lodge? Let me know down below in the comment section of this video. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay healthy.